you can see by the fact that I'm all puffy and my lips are swollen because I've had a terrible dry lip problem lately. It's actually not that early, I just woke up. But it is coming up on 9 o'clock. Last night we had terrible storms. The animals were absolutely freaking out. My cat slept under my dresser. My dog slept under the bed. He's actually my parents' dog, but I've had him since I was 13, so he's my dog. And I'm making some coffee. I am not yet hungry, but soon we'll get to the important part of the day, which is food. I'm not yet hungry. I'm getting there. I'm kind of in a weird spot where my stomach has been hurting a little bit lately. Use my pretty K mug. Ryan made that for me a long time ago when we first started dating. I'm going to see how things go. I've had a lot of problems with getting enough water lately ever since we went to camping. We were away from the house and we did take a ton of water bottles, but they're 8 ounces. So to get in your fully, daily intake of, for me, it's about 4 liters. I would have to have 16 bottles of water. So that's difficult to do. So I did not succeed. I did the best I could, and then also I've taken on a big project at work. So I have been sitting a lot more because I'm really excited about it and it's something I love doing. So I've spent most of my day actually at my desk instead of getting up and going to get water when I should. So that's been interesting. The struggle is real, but I'm gonna try to get some water in today. I'm also gonna go a little bit more real. No BB cream this week, just bare skin. My skin needs a break. I have been wearing more makeup than usual. Been getting ready for things and wedding things are coming up, so we've been meeting with vendors and things like that. So I normally don't wear a ton of makeup during the week, and I've been wearing a little bit more, trying to dress up a little bit more for work just because I'm taking on this project and I'm really trying to do well with that. So no makeup. I just tried a hydrating primer. I've mentioned it before, I have terribly dry skin, terribly dry skin, and hair, everything. So I've been practicing with a lot more coconut oil on my body to get some moisture there, and then coconut oil under my eyes, because when I do my makeup, I don't know about any of you, I get terribly dry, cracked under eyes if I don't properly moisturize them before putting on translucent powder. Especially baking. Baking does not work for me because it just sucks all of the moisture out of my face. But long story short, back to what I was originally saying, doing well. I tried a hydrating primer today. I got it from Walmart this weekend and I like it so far. It feels pretty good. It was at first kind of drying because toners are notoriously drying, but this one says hydrating on it. So I had faith and it feels good. It feels really good. So I'm gonna put some moisturizer on over it later. But for all my fit guys and girls with dry skin, I will let you know how that goes. And I will show you the puppy and the kitty later when they surface. They're still under and over the bed because the weather's been interesting for them. They don't like it, but hey guys, it is now 11:27. I ate a Quest bar a little while ago, a white chocolate raspberry. I was going through a phase a few years ago where I ate Quest bars every single day for breakfast, and I actually lost about 30 pounds by having those for breakfast and then meal prepping my lunches and the rest of the day and just kind of limiting my calories, which I now see the error of that. I now lift instead of limiting my calories, but at the time I didn't lift, I didn't work out that much. I just did an hour of cardio a day and limited my calories to about 1,200. So do not do what I did, but the addition of Quest bars is a good idea because they are really high in fiber, low in net carbs, and just really filling because of all that fiber. They have 20 grams of protein and they're typically less than 200 calories. There are, I believe, a few flavors, mostly the peanut butter, like supreme peanut butter pie. Obviously peanut butter, anytime peanut butter is involved in a protein bar, you know it's going to be a little bit higher than say a caramel or just chocolate or whatever. But my fiance picked some up for me because I've been really struggling with chocolate in protein bars. Like I talked about this last week, I have a really severe reaction to chocolate sometimes. I just get a lot of pimples on my face, but it's just an allergic reaction of sorts. I don't really understand it. I'm trying to get a grasp on it, but it's been happening since I was, probably 13. So I have been trying to avoid chocolate, which good luck with that if you like protein bars, because so many protein bars are dipped in chocolate. So I have been succumbing to the call of the chocolate protein bars and paid a price. But I had a Quest bar this morning, which is still white chocolate raspberry, but it's different for me than regular chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, etc. So I had that at about $9.50, and then I have been working, took a little nap, and I am going to have lunch pretty soon. So I'm going to do that. I don't know what I'm gonna have yet. I've been cooking so much lately, and I just really don't feel like doing that, but that is the way of life. You have to cook, or else you're going to be eating a lot of bagged foods and unnecessary things. So I will let you know once I decide what I'm gonna have. Hair is up, which means it's time for business. I am wearing my work from home uniform, which is the hair up in the little clip so that it doesn't hurt my head, sports bra, and leggings. I will do a quick little physique update for you guys. I'm just standing here in front of the window, so I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really like lean and toned lately. I've been really struggling with bloating for a while, and I'm feeling like I'm getting that under control. You can kind of see some abs popping a little bit when I flex the right way. These are kind of tight and high right now, but I'm getting there, and a toned stomach has always been crazy important to me, so I'm really excited about, not important to me, it's always been a goal. Ever since I was in high school, I was overweight in high school, and so I always wanted abs and to look really good in a bikini, and now I do it for different reasons. I'm hoping to possibly compete one day. I'm not sure yet. I just started this like crazy fitness journey like pretty recently, so not sure where I want to take it, but for now I want to just keep doing what I'm doing. So I will take you with me to find the animals. I love this weather. I love when it's raining when I'm home. Obviously, if I'm not home, I'm not a huge fan of the rain. Sorry, I'm taking through the dark because the animals are upstairs. I'm not sure what they're up to. I told you they hate this weather, so I believe the kitty came down a little bit earlier and cuddled, and then I don't know where she went. And Gus, I'm gonna flip the camera for you. You can hear him. There's my foam roller. There he is. He's just sleeping away. He likes to be under the bed. So he's good. There's not much to say about that. I'm checking for any accidents because he has not been outside, because good luck getting a dog outside when it's storming like this. I took him for a short walk last night just because I knew he wouldn't go out in the backyard by himself, and he did not do anything that I can see. So we will see if, ooh, hey, bright light. We'll see if anything pops up. Looks to be pretty good so far. He's been eating really well, which is nice. He's 14, so he gets very picky and does not like anything, really. He does not like certain foods, and so I bought a dry food for him that will hopefully work. So any pet owners out there, comment down below and we can join forces, because I have so many tips and tricks, especially with this old dog. I take care of him every time my parents leave town, and he does not like changes to routine, changes to his plan. He doesn't like not being home. He doesn't like when my dad's out of town. He typically goes on a hunger strike whenever my dad leaves town for at least a few days, so he just won't eat, though I think that's in large part because he doesn't like his food. So he doesn't eat until he gets food he likes, or until he absolutely has to eat. I don't know where the cat is. She's probably under my dresser again. Yeah, she doesn't like that. She slept under my dresser last night, which I should have shown you when I was upstairs, but there's like this much space. She just like sneaks under there. Don't know how she fits, but she does. So I'm gonna have some coffee and then make some food. I don't know what I want yet. I also should do some like vegetable chopping and things today, which I will show you if I get to that. I've been meaning to do it for days. If I don't do it for the work this week, then I'll take it this weekend. We're going on another road trip, but it's luckily our last one for a little while. My fiance is a runner and wants to go do a track meet this weekend, so lots of bleacher sitting. I'll try to vlog that day too. How to eat healthy when you're on the road, especially because I cannot eat anything from any of those food stands or cafeterias, or this will be outside, so it's just basically a food stand. What is that called? Like a concession stand. There we go, concession stand. Nothing I can have. Maybe corn chips. Usually those like movie theater nacho packs are corn chips, but the cheese is typically thickened with wheat. So luckily I don't normally have a response to that or a reaction. There she is. But I don't really want to be putting that in my body. So we're gonna try to pack some overnight oats and some snacks, and then I'll probably do a little bit of like an intermittent fasting thing, because I like to do that when we're on the road or when we're having a busy day, just because it's easier, and then I can just eat like a bigger meal on the way home, because I'd rather eat more later than waste a bunch of calories or waste a bunch of calories on whatever that is not very nourishing or satisfying. So there she is. I'll turn it around. Kitty, it's okay, baby girl. Say hi. Yeah. So that's Snapdragon. She is the best. She actually came out, which is interesting. So enough blabbering. Just gonna keep working, have some more coffee, and eventually eat. Does anyone else like get lazy and I just don't want to eat because I don't want to make anything? Told Ryan this weekend, if someone were to hand me food, I'd eat it. But since that's not gonna happen, I'll just wait it out and see what happens. Look who's awake. Yeah. Wanna go outside? Wanna go outside? Sure. Yeah, it's gonna be no, but let's try. Yep, firm no. I settled on eggs, which is not surprising. That is always my go-to, and I don't feel like cooking a whole lot. Did I settle on eggs? I really should use some tofu. Could make some tofu and mix it with this enchilada that I made, because I've been all about these like lunch enchiladas. They're super easy and they're really good, but I used the wrong enchilada sauce. I got a brown enchilada sauce this time instead of the red that I like. Do not like it at all. Vehemently dislike it, actually. And it gives it a really weird taste. And I burned the turkey in it, so this batch was just kind of a flop. But I'm hoping I can maybe salvage it, because I really hate it. So I'm gonna maybe add in like a turkey sausage, maybe some more peppers, and then, or possibly some eggs. So I was thinking either scrambled eggs, or some tofu. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. Okay, so I dumped that enchilada into this wok. I'm going to add in a few tablespoons of this mango seasoned rice vinegar that I picked up a couple days ago. And I'm gonna maybe add in some nutritional yeast just to give it that like cheesy flavor, and detract from the nastiness that is that sauce. I'll probably add in some more of these. I already added in a lot of these bell peppers, but we have a whole lot chopped, so I might as well add in a few more. And then hopefully that salvages the mistake that was this meal prep, but sometimes it happens. I've made a few tofu scrambles as well that just ended up being almost a waste of food. I ended up making them in 2 different kinds of casseroles because I just hated them as they stood. They were just gross. They were just like, I didn't like anything about it, the texture, the flavor, nothing. So it seems like a waste, but I turned them into casseroles so that they are not quite so awful. So Gus did finally go out, so that's good. And hopefully that cooks up well. And I just hit him with the door because he was very hesitant to go out. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so let's see how this goes. So this is what it's looking like now. I added in 2 tablespoons of that mango rice vinegar and 2 tablespoons of the nutritional yeast. And I added in some water because I'm out of cashew milk. And I found that with this nutritional yeast, obviously cashew milk would be better if it's more cheesy, but water does work, so that's good. I'm gonna keep putting some. I topped it with some fresh bell peppers, and it is just simmering right now. I'm really hoping this works out, otherwise I might just have to ditch this enchilada because I've done what I can with it. But I think it will. I think it'll be good. It smells really good, that mango vinegar. It smells good and adds like a really subtle flavor, so we'll see. Success. I really did like the mango vinegar. It changed the flavor of that sauce that I did not enjoy. It's pretty good. It's really good. In the enchiladas, I'll do a recipe at some point, but it is just turkey and corn tortillas and enchilada sauce and some refried beans, fat-free of course, and bell peppers. And it was really good before. I was really enjoying those for lunch with the red enchilada sauce, but there was a slight difference in calories, I believe. So we were like, well, let's try this brown one. don't like it. So I think it was a very negligible difference as well. So we'll go back to the one that we like, because it's just not worth it. If you don't like it, you know, it's just not worth a couple of calories if it tastes bad. So, because you won't eat it, and then you'll buy something else. So the mango vinegar, you should get that. It is mango rice vinegar. I saw it in a recipe, rice vinegar, and I picked it up at Walmart, and it was really good. It changes the flavor very subtly, and it just makes it a really good dish. So it saves meals, so it's good. Save meals. This was a definite success. It really saved the enchiladas, that mango vinegar. It's really good. It's mango rice vinegar. I saw something about rice vinegar in a recipe that I was looking to do. I believe it was either vegan blue cheese or something along those lines, and I found out about rice vinegar, and so I picked that up at Walmart, and then they also had this mango one next to it, so I decided to try it, and I'm so glad I did. It changed the flavor completely of that sauce, and it's really good now.
Many past insane police. Trust me.
Just so you know, you sound like a fortune cookie.
It is now 3:01 p.m. I am still just working. I had that enchilada a few hours ago. I had 2 caramel rice cakes, one while I was waiting for the enchilada casserole to bake, well, not bake, but cook, and one a little bit after I ate the enchilada. And now I am having one of my favorite snacks. This is avocado on an unsalted rice cake. Now these are lightly salted. I normally get unsalted, but they didn't have them so lightly salted, which are the same calorie count. There's just a little bit more sodium, obviously. And so I usually mix my avocado with some lemon juice, and that keeps it from browning when I take it for lunch. I just put it in a plastic bag. I cut half, and then I put it in a plastic bag, one for the current day and then one for the next. And then I add lemon or lime juice, and I prefer the lemon, but I didn't have lemon or lime juice, so I ended up putting a little bit of regular, unflavored, unseasoned rice vinegar. And it's not as good as the lemon, but it is pretty indiscernible. You can't really tell that it's in there. I get a little bit of a vinegar taste every few bites, but it's not bad. It's not, I don't notice it. So it's definitely a good way, because I think just regular avocado, I could have just mashed that too, but it just makes it a little bit easier to spread on a rice cake if you have a little bit of a liquid in there, like a lemon juice or a vinegar, something like that. So that whole snack is $161 for half of an avocado and $70 for 2 rice cakes. So that would be $330. So that would be $331 for the calorie count on those guys. It's a really good snack, lunch, breakfast. I eat it at varying times throughout the day, but I normally do try, especially in the summer. Last summer, I ate them every single day. It's part of how I lost a lot of weight. I had a Quest bar for breakfast, and then I had some fruits and vegetables, cauliflower, broccoli, celery, cucumbers, things like that, peppers throughout the day, and then I had my avocado and rice cake for lunch with a bag of Snap Pea Crisps or my favorite bean chips from Enlightened. And I then had a few more snacks throughout the day, and then I would have dinner. So I'm kind of getting back to that a little bit. I'm trying to go a little bit higher fat, lower carb, because with gluten-free, I tend to rely very heavily on carbs. Not being gluten-free, I just have always, that's what I like. They're the easiest to eat, especially because with some digestion issues and things like that, my stomach tends to be kind of upset, so carbs always helps. Whereas sometimes it's hard to convince yourself to eat an apple when your stomach is upset. It's just a lot of work and a lot of acid and juice and all that jazz. So I'm really trying to up my fats and then save some of my carbs for dinner, because I do like to have at least some carbs for dinner. Though I've been better about that as well. I was doing these like rice bowls for a while where I would do rice and chicken sausage and a bag of vegetables, and it's just really fast, like little casserole bake that I do. It takes about 15 minutes and you're done. I've now been trying to do more tofu instead of rice, so that's less carbs, more protein, and I haven't done rice in a while. Or I will just double my vegetables. So if I make Brussels sprouts, chicken sausage, and rice, I will give Ryan a ton of rice because he needs more calories because he's a lot bigger than I am. He is 6'4", and then I will give myself like double or triple Brussels sprouts depending on the day. Right before my vacation, the week before, I just cut down to all vegetables and chicken for dinner, which we stopped doing chicken, now we do tofu, but you get the gist. So I've just been playing with it. So I will continue sharing my experiments with you. I had a little bit of pre-workout because it is 3:05 p.m. I'm hoping to go to the gym tonight, but with the way the weather's been, I might just have a chill night at home and walk on the treadmill downstairs because I've been doing a lot of incline, and I've been walking on 15% incline for an hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour depending on how much time I have. And I have been loving that. I burn, well, the treadmill says I burn about 700 calories in an hour. That's without knowing my weight or anything like that. And then I did some research, and it says that treadmills can be up to 20% inaccurate. So I tend to tell myself that I burned about 500 calories in an hour. I don't use them to calculate my calories for the day. I just use that for my own information. I don't add it into my Lose It app, which you can do, and then it will give you more calorie allowance for the day. I'd prefer to stick to my macros as closely as I can and then just have my exercise be a bonus, especially since I'm trying a little bit of a cut. So I'd rather just stick to my macros, and I do add it in if I've gone over my macros for the day, because I'll add in like a portion of it. So if I go over by 200 calories, I'll just add in like 200 calories just so that my Lose It doesn't tell me I'm over my calories for the week, because I find that to be a little bit discouraging, especially since it's not true. I've actually burned way more than I've eaten, but I just don't add my calories in. So especially, I mean, also any dog walking, stair climbing, anything that I do at work or otherwise, I don't count. If we go for a long walk after work or if we go rock climbing, I don't count any of that. It's just bonus for my body. So yeah, I'm gonna have the other half of this rice cake. Before showing you this one, I had already eaten one half of the avocado rice cake blend. So I'm gonna eat this half and then have some more water and then keep working. Hey guys, wonderful parking garage lighting. I trailed off yesterday, I think after having a few rice cakes. I had dinner, obviously, and I actually had a couple of cashews, not nearly a serving, but I counted it as a serving just to account for any bites of anything that I had while cooking dinner. I have not been eating very much the last few days. Like normally I hit my macros without any trouble at all. But this week I've just been feeling off, in large part because I haven't really had time to get to the gym, so that might be why I'm not as hungry, is I haven't been as active, which makes me really sad. I have hated not going to the gym. It's just been life, and I've been so busy, and I have engagement photos coming up next week, and I have to figure out if I'm doing my own makeup or getting my makeup done. I am good with doing makeup. I would do my own every single day, except for the fact that I'd like to wear false lashes so that they pick up on camera, and I'm terrible at false lashes, and I make myself cry because I'm just stressed out about having all this stuff to do, and it takes forever, and it gets glue all over my face, and it's a disaster. So I think I'm gonna get it done. Not sure, honestly, I'm just not sure. So that's part of it, and then on top of that, I have a lot of things to do around my house, and things have been so busy. We went camping, which we should not have done in hindsight, thinking about the fact that we just don't have any time coming up. We really should not have gone, but you live and you learn and you make mistakes. And then we just have so much going on. So I have not been going to the gym as much, and I have been just not feeling very well. I'm just feeling off and stressed. So I have almost nothing to eat for lunch today because with busyness comes no time to meal prep, so I'm going to have to buy lunch, which I hate doing. But it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. There we go. So I did have dinner, obviously. I made salads. I made wedge salads. Put salmon on Ryan's, and I just had bacon, blue cheese, and cucumber ranch Bolthouse dressing, which I really enjoy. It's just a good dressing. It's like 15 calories per 2 tablespoons. It's crazy. Low fat, low carb. And then I made a protein shake for both of us because my stomach was upset, and we normally do some sort of like dessert protein ball thing, but I just couldn't bake protein balls yesterday. And we were supposed to take Gus to get a puppy cone at Dairy Queen, but Ryan just had a bad day, so he stayed home. We'll go another day this week. So I ended up making a protein shake with my organic vanilla pea protein. It's not pea protein, it's plant-based protein, and some Cool Whip, light Cool Whip, and ice and water, and some PB2. I did add in some peanut butter powder because I needed a little bit extra. I used a banana earlier in the week and that was amazing, but we were out. Shocking! We're out of everything. So, relatable vlog, hopefully. Feeling a little frazzled. Trying to figure out when I'm gonna get all this stuff done. But, soldiering on. So, see you next time.
You and I go home.